All right. Hello. Let me refresh the page. Whew, I don't know who's up late with me, but hello there whenever you get here. This is hopefully not going to be too long. I found a lot of interesting things. All right. And the reason why we obviously know that this is real, but all we ever see online. So this is the reason why I wanted to talk about this subject, because all we ever see online is people showing the celebrity glitches and shit like that, and I think that could be a misnomer sometimes. So I'm actually going to go through some real articles here. And then I did also get a channel from the Great Mother about it. And I actually was able to find, I just found some really interesting information on this as a whole, for real. Here it is. And I will put my CashApp in the comments. If you guys want to leave a donation, it is there for you. And let's fucking talk about it. Well, I should give y'all a little time, right? So I guess I'll chill for a second. Live chats. Tomorrow I'll be doing the next daily vibes too. I'm gonna give y'all a second. What I should do is make sure people know I'm live now. I'm not really I put it out for people. They should be aware. So it shouldn't be like a surprise right now. But I know it's going to take about, we could say 15 minutes for people to come in. So I'll give you guys, I'm going to play with my little cards and give y'all some time to come in. Or 10 minutes or whatever. I don't know. I don't know my night owls is tonight. But, yeah. Big topic. Hello to the chat. Hello. And how's everything hearing and sounding for you all? I'm playing with these just to play with them. I got the cards everywhere. I was on Facebook doing some readings on there. And if you want to get, because on Instagram I'll do psychic or tarot. On Facebook I do it all. It's a smaller community though. So let's give it just a, sounds good? All right, thank you. I'm gonna just give it another maybe minute before I start. And like I said, starting off, we obviously all know that this is real. But I want to kind of show how real it is. Because there are a lot of people online, especially these Gen Zs with the TikToks and everything, and the only thing they're showing is these glitches and this and that and the third. Nobody's looking at studies or scientific evidence or even just articles where you can clearly see that this stuff is real. I've got 6 articles here. I've looked at interviews. I don't have, I'm just playing with these right now. I don't have any, I don't believe I got any videos right now because because last time I played videos, my stream was being super weird. So I didn't want to go into videos per se. Aw, gratitude. Y'all know I always got the cards all over the place. What's up, Hollow Vegeta? So we're gonna take a different approach this time. Let me get my notes out. And a lot of these notes were just so I'm I wanted to go a different route. Now y'all know supposedly they've been doing this since 1996, since Dolly. I also was watching somebody on YouTube do a breakdown of Get Out. So that came up last week, the Get Out breakdown, the Tethered. And they only need, I saw something today, matter of fact, and a scientist was breaking it down, and they only need 2 cells to create another you. So it's not inconceivable. But I saw that on a TikTok or something. There wasn't really, people need to start giving more of a reference point. Just figure since they can clone. Yeah, but plants cloning is different. It's not done the same way as animals and human body parts and stuff like that. So let's see. Oh, I was looking up robotics and everything else. I don't need that right now. I found an article that said first clone baby born on December 26th of December. Now these were some stuff. Let me see. People were just playing with it. I don't want to use that. So this is from the Smithsonian. Okay, and then I have this from just some other stuff. Let me see. I have one from, this is Billboard. Let me check my other tab too. Because I think I had some other articles on my other tab here. So that was some of it. I just want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Because if I don't have it here, I'm going to just use what I got there. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is when I was researching narcissism. All right, so I'm on the right track with it right now. So let's start with the Smithsonian, okay? Smithsonian Magazine. Reasons why you shouldn't clone your dog. And so they start, so this is from, let me give you all the date, the Smithsonian Magazine, Real Reasons You Shouldn't Clone Your Dog. This is by Jacob Brogan, March 22nd, 2018, all right? It's easy to understand why someone would want to. It's harder to justify the actual cloning process, both ethically and scientifically. And I believe these cloning facilities for animals, like for literally, if your dog dies, you can clone the other one, is in Japan. But I'm gonna read it here. 3 years ago, Che Mayang J. Ko received a call from a distraught older man. Ko, a professor at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign's College of Veterinary Medicine, listened as the caller told him that his dog had just rushed into traffic and been struck by a truck, killing it immediately. He had called Ko with a simple but urgent question. Would it be possible to clone his beloved pet? Now, this might seem boring at first. Okay. This might seem boring at first, but I'm building on something here, all right? For Ko, the call wasn't peculiar, as you think. After all, he has studied genetics and cloning for genetics and physiology for more than 20 years. So he already had an answer. Yes, cloning was possible. Pet Cemetery too? Yeah, exactly. So when I read this, I was like, you can clone. So the process is, like they can even take like an ear from the dog, and the veterinary will literally tell you how to preserve the part, not to put it in the freezer, to put it in the fridge. So I'm like, so we're just zombifying people at this point? Is that what we're doing out here? Okay, cool. And I'm glad, Hollow Vegeta, I'm glad you picked that up, because that fucking threw me off. I was like, wait, what the fuck? And naturally, there was a catch. Cloning requires cells that contain enough intact DNA. But animal tissue begins to degrade soon after death as bacteria starts to gnaw at newly defenseless cells. Ko knew they had to act quickly if they were going to have a chance to preserve the animal's genetic material. He and two of his students piled into a van. Look, this is how hard they go with this shit. And drove an hour to the man's home where they took skin cells from the recently deceased pup. Yikes. And make sure you guys like and share the video too. Is it still sounding the same, or it's sounding a little bit better? Back in the lab, he and his team received and cultured some cells from their samples. Theoretically, they now had the material to create a genetic double of the dead dog. In practice, of course, things were about to get more complicated. Now, let me tell you how a quote-unquote clone celebrity, if you notice, they never quite look like the original. And by reading these articles, I figured out why. All right, so like up the video, guys, and share. I know it's late. If I probably did this midday, it would have went out to more people, but after all this damn research, I had to rest. So this is going to give us a clue. So I had to start with animal cloning because it's literally out in the open now. It ain't a secret. It ain't like, oh, we really can't do this. So Barbara Streisand literally cloned her dog like 3 times. Scientists have known cloning was feasible since 1996, quote unquote, right? Still static. Why are we getting static? Probably because of the topic, because usually breaking up a little. Okay. I don't know if I should put the Wi-Fi on or not, because every time I do. Yeah, it was in 1996. I was literally 6 years old. All right. We're going to try the Wi-Fi. Clean the fuck out. Okay. Hello, Vegeta, let me know if it's better with the Wi-Fi on, because, you never get this issue. It's the topic, but I have to put this out, and it's from the Smithsonian. Anybody can go online and read this, and if you guys want to read the articles, I will link them. I will link them in my pinned comment after I'm done with this. Okay. Dolly the sheep was born. Since then, they quickly moved on trying other animals: mice, cattle, pigs, goats, rabbit, cats. But due to differences in the canine reproductive process, dogs proved a trickier challenge. Okay. So after several failed attempts, now sometimes they have to clone. Okay, good. Sometimes they have to clone these animals almost like 1,000 times. It's like some crazy shit from what I read. When South Korea, dun dun dun. So this is in Korea that they're doing it. I don't know what the regulations are over there. When a South Korean team managed to produce a pair of Afghan hound puppies from the ear skin of a dog named Tai, one of the newborns died soon after, and it happens a lot with clones. They tend to die right away of pneumonia. They're more sickly. They're more sickly than the original. And it's because, well, we're going to get into it more later, but it's because the telomeres in the DNA are shorter. So they either end up being more, so they'll try to say, no, cloning animals, the animal is like the same, but not exactly the same. And because you have to have it in, they still don't have mechanical wombs. I looked that up. There might be something, in an underground facility we don't know about, but as of right now, what's in these articles is that you have to have a host mother, and so they'll impregnate 1,000 female dogs and not take good care of them for these cloned animals. It's fucked up. PETA needs to know about this. But the second clone dog, which they're probably lying about this, which the team named Snuppy, lived for an impressive 10 years. Snuppy was deemed a revolutionary breakthrough in dog cloning, and one of the most amazing inventions, of the year by Time magazine. Ko was an advisor on the South Korean team. So he's a veterinarian here, but he's an advisor on the South Korean team. So he knows exactly where to send these animals. At the time, researchers were debating whether cloning produces animals that age faster or higher risk of disease compared to their cell donor. Dolly died at 6, around half the average age of a sheep, from lung disease and arthritis. Snuppy died of the same cancer that killed Tai at age 12. But they're like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't affect the animals. The animals are fine. I'm like, guys, come on now. Their ongoing research hopes to study health and longevity of cloned animals, blah, blah, blah. So on fact sheets, they say that. All right, let me skip ahead a little bit. All right, they're just talking about the price. It's about $50,000. You can clone your before taxes. You can clone your pet, paid in 2 installments. For cats, it's $25,000. But then to keep the cells viable, you have to have them. For now, dog cells unused, but you still have to pay for that just to have them sitting there. The cells just sitting there. Okay, so this is Barbara Streisand, right? Last month, the singer and filmmaker shocked the internet when she told Variety that 2 of her 3 dogs, Miss Violet and Miss Scarlet, had been cloned from the cells taken from the mouth and stomach of her fluffy, white, recently deceased Cotton Detour Samantha, or Sammy, had passed away the previous May. As Streisand wrote a few days later in an op-ed in the New York Times. So this shit is just getting put everywhere, okay? I was devastated by the loss of my dear Samantha after 14 years together, that I just wanted to keep her with me in some way. It was easier to let Sammy go if I knew I could keep some part of her alive, something that came from her DNA. A friend had cloned his beloved dog, and I was very impressed with that dog. So basically, the thing is that when you clone these animals, hey, what's up, Infinite Corridors? So the thing is, when you clone these animals, they do not have the same personality as the original pet, because it's nature and nurture. Like, that actually is a real thing. Like, the environment plus your disposition actually influences the animal to behave. So what do you think that does for people? So that's why if you're getting a cloned celebrity, and I don't know if this video is going to get fucking flagged and taken down. So thank you guys for being here. Make sure you share it out. Like the video, save it, because I don't know if it's going to stay up. But hopefully my channel's small enough that it won't, you know. This would definitely get demonetized, but I don't have monetization on anyway. So, okay. So this is the head of Columbia University's Canine Cognition Lab. So this shit is happening everywhere, guys. I was gonna ask, do animals have a spirit but not a soul? Some animals do have souls, and it's just that no, everything that is organic either has a spirit or a soul. No, we are not the clones. You'll know. Trust me, you'll know. There's a difference in your access to soul. Also, I'm gonna get into some channels I got from the Great Mother on clones and on what goes on with clones and how the clone ends up, when you clone someone, you end up fragmenting their soul. So we're gonna talk, but it's not the end all be all. There's still a way to restore that person's soul to their body. Okay. Unfortunately, you have to overlook a huge amount. Nothing about what cloning actually is to be satisfied with the results. Oh my God. All right, so it's just talking about the process. So they do some weird shit. They literally take the eggs. They literally take the eggs from the female dog that is going to serve as the womb for the cloned animal, okay? They have to take the nucleus out. How the fuck? This is like a zombie cell. It doesn't have like a zombie egg or something. It has no nucleus. Then you have to inject the cultured material from the animal, whether it was recently deceased or whether it's still alive, and they just want it now, into the egg, and then they put it back into the animal. Very weird. Scientists take one of the cultured somatic cells from the animal they're seeking to clone and carefully insert it into the egg with a needle. In a Frankenstein twist, they hit the composite egg with an electric burst, okay, that fuses the two together. So sperm is electric, but you're not getting an organic electric, like, you know, that jolting. Yeah, it probably is. But I probably need my black tourmaline to help with that. But my black tourmaline is sitting at some salt right now, clearing. But yeah, they're definitely trying it, but it ain't finna work. Because I have it on Wi-Fi. I had it on regular cell phone, like, service. It's just being crazy. Through that, the nucleus from the donor cell will become part of the egg. Now the nucleus from the donor cell will behave like the nucleus of the egg. Okay. Yeah, it is. Says Co. Now the nucleus. Okay, so we said that. There's one critical difference. Unlike an unfertilized egg, which has half of the necessary genetic information to make a new life, the other half is the sperm cell. You already have a full set of genetic information. Wait, that is a lie. Just as you would in a viable embryo. So then the genetic information probably mostly comes from the mother. I'm believing that the men give electricity. So they just said some shit that was like illogical, but we're just gonna, whatever. Often surrogates go on to carry other clone pregnancies. Let me see if there's anything else important in here. Okay, they're gonna talk about morally. I already talked about some of that. Yes, Snuppy and his twin were two of only 3 pregnancies that resulted from more than 1,000 embryos implanted into 123 surrogates. What? You need a good number of dogs to do this type of cloning, Co acknowledges. Though he adds that the success rate has gone up in intervening years, I would say it's about 20%, very high. Okay. So I thought, so when I read about this process, do you guys remember the movie The Hills Have Eyes? That series, that movie, literally, because I have had trauma from sexual abuse. There was a part of that movie where when that lady got trapped there in the movie, that fucking freakish dude, RAPEs her. Can't say that on here. And then they shackle her down to a bed and have the baby come out the next year, and then they kill her. It was so, you don't want to see it. It's creepy. So that's basically what you're doing to these animals. They're literally shackled the fuck up and fucking, okay, I know what they're trying to do. Thank you for Infinite Corridors. They're trying to hit my crown chakra with a frequency to make me not think, but that's not going to work because, bitch, I got a strong crown chakra. So that's basically what's kind of going on. So that made me look at it so if you're doing human cloning, which I have an article here that this dude from fucking, he's from, I believe, a European country, but he went to the Middle East because they don't have the regulations in place to say that, they don't give a fuck if you do human cloning there. You can experiment all you want. Where are you getting the women from? So you're just so think about all the women and children that go missing every year. Especially black and brown women. Are you using some of these to clone? Peace, Band Clap. Are you using some of these, are some of these women that get trafficked every year that fucking disappear? Are they being used in these facilities just like these surrogate dogs? Oh, I just got chills. That was a confirmation. It literally came down my whole body. Ugh. And it's yeah, that evil shit is happening. And I probably got it. Y'all know when I discover shit, I gotta do the energy work on it. So make sure you guys share out the video. I really do. I don't know if YouTube's gonna keep this up, even though I'm using legit articles. But I really something in me just made me have to talk about this topic. Okay. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. So they can't reproduce so bad. I lost it for a minute. First learning about that PIZZA. Yeah, me too. That shit had me fucked up. All right, so this is where when we have okay, so we'll say hypothetically, if it's a clone person, they're not gonna have the exact same personality, just like Dave Chappelle smokes now and he never smoked ever, and he wasn't they don't look exactly the same, and they also don't have the same personality. So centuries of selective breeding have left many with the misconception that a dog's genetic makeup determines its personality. In a way, cloning companies are preying on the ignorance, if you will, about what's actually going on scientifically. Pierce tells me over the phone, and that's unfortunate, unethical. Genetic preservation companies features the name like Perpetuate Inc., which would imply the indefinite continuance of the cloned animal. Horowitz agrees there might be some breed tendencies, and there certainly are tendencies that the genome will avail that makes the cloned dog maybe likelier than some other non-genetically similar dog to do a kind of thing, she says. But everything that matters to us about the personality of a dog is not in the genes. Everything in the interaction of the genome with the environment, starting from the time they're in utero, just as in with humans. So it's like I said, it's the nature. Yeah, kind of like Dave. Busta Rhymes went from hella bony to buff as fuck out of nowhere. Yeah, they're it's not the original one. They are different. They're different. So nobody gives you this. Everybody talks about this like subject, but they're being purely speculative. They're not looking into articles. They're not looking into how the fuck would this actually work. So, we're going to do a little hypothesizing tonight. Just asking questions, coming up with ideas. Even Streisand implicitly admits as much, telling Variety. So now she's been on like 3 different magazines talking about cloning her pets. That her 2 cloned pups have different personalities than Samantha and presumably each other. Each puppy is unique and has her own personality. She writes in the Times, you can clone the look of a dog, but you can't clone the soul. I think that is incorrect to a certain extent, and I'm going to talk about that. The jury is out on the ethics of what she did to her dogs, but on this point, she's right. All right, so that's that. Now, let's get into some weirder shit really quick. All right, that's some conspiracy shit I found. I think I found... No, that's not it. Where is this other? I gotta look at the other one. All right, let's look at first clone baby. Let's do that. Hey, what's up, Snow? Thank you for being here. Make sure you share it out. I don't know if this is gonna get deleted or not. So this is all the way back in 2002. So about what? It's 2022, about 10 years ago. December 27th, 2002, by Emma Young in New Scientist. So newscientist.com. That's where you can find this. And like I said, when I end the live, I'm going to, in the pinned comment, put all of the links to these articles so you can read them yourself. The world's first clone baby was born on December 26th, claims the Bahama-based cloning company, CloneAid. But there's been no independent confirmation on the claim. So why are we reporting on it? The girl named Eve by the cloning team was said to have been born cesarean at 11:55 Eastern Standard Time. The birth at an undisclosed location went very well, said Bridget Bosselier, president of CloneAid. The company was formed in 1997 by the Raelian cult. What? I just can't. Which believes people are clones of aliens. Okay. Hey guys, thank you all for being here. Make sure you share out the video because the agenda begins. But this was out all the way in 2002. This is 10 years ago. I don't know how long this is going to be up. Okay. Hopefully my channel's small enough that they'll just leave us the fuck alone over here. The baby is very healthy. She's doing fine. Like, why would you write about this if it's unconfirmed, supposedly? Roselier told a press conference in Hollywood, Florida on Friday. The 7-pound baby is a clone of a 31-year-old American woman whose partner is infertile, she said. Proving that the baby is a clone of another person would be possible by showing that their DNA is identical. Genetic tests on the baby and mother will now be carried out. I didn't do the follow-up on this. Master numbers, that's exactly what they're doing. This is all gematria. Will available in 8 or 9 days. 8 or 9. She told reporters, "You can still go back to your office and treat me as a fraud. You have 1 week to do that." Bosselier adds that Michael Goulian, science editor at ABC News and a former Harvard University mathematician, will carry out the genetic tests. What? Necessary expertise. Met all the way in 2002, guys. Yeah, right after the winter solstice. Many scientists are skeptical of Bosselier's claim. Alan Truson of Monash University in Melbourne, Australia says, but Melbourne, Australia has pretty strict regulations on doing this like out in the open. But if you notice, they purposely make the numbers a little bit off. But yeah, this is all gematria. This is like, this may have really happened. These may not be the right numbers, but it's like, let's manifest more of this. Let's make it acceptable. Like, why the fuck would you write about this if it's unconfirmed? Says he does not believe the group has the necessary expertise to clone a person. And nearly everything they have said in the past has never been confirmed by scientific investigation, he told the Sydney Morning Herald. Maverick fertility scientist Servano Antonori, who claimed earlier in December that the first clone baby would be born in January 2003, is also critical. An announcement of this type has no scientific corroboration and risks creating confusion. So now we're all the way in January. Okay. We keep up our scientific work without making announcements. I don't take part in this race. So these are two different places that are cloning. Okay, whatever. Opponents of human cloning point to the high rate of miscarriages of cloned animal fetuses. That's why I'm saying, how many fucking people had to actually do this? Right? So like the video, guys, share it out. How many women that are trafficked every year actually go through this? Underground, okay? Like, this shit is hurting my heart, but I gotta talk about it because it's like, why the fuck is this online in a new scientist, a scientific journal, like magazine, online or not? It's like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? I don't know where my cigarettes are. Okay, they are. So irresponsible and repugnant. Attempting to clone humans is irresponsible and repugnant and ignores overwhelming scientific evidence from 7 mammalian species cloned so far. Rudolph Janisch, a cloning expert at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, told New Scientist previously. In May, U.S. fertility-based scientist Panos Zagos told the U.S. Congress that 5 groups of scientists were rushing to be the first to produce the first cloned human baby. Reproductive cloning, creating a baby rather than a cloned early embryo, is illegal in many countries, but in November, talks on global ban were suspended following a series of deadlocked United Nations meetings. What? But didn't they say what? If I got all these decks, one of them might get thrown. I'm not going to abuse my decks today, though. What the fuck is happening here? And I got some other stuff. Let me see if I can find it. I did find something from CBS as well. Okay, so this is about polo, the polo like game, ponies that they use. Okay, CBS News, official source, official fucking source, guys. So we're gonna read this. Then I'm going to use the bathroom for like 2 seconds. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to drop the link. So if anybody wants to come up and talk, as a matter of fact, let me just go now. I'll be right back, guys. Do you want to talk while I'm gone? No? Okay. I'll be right back. Right? Enjoy the commercial break. Honestly, write some questions down. Write some of your ideas down while I'm just taking a quick break, okay? The mic was off the whole time.
I knew it.
Silly Billy. All right, we're back. We're back. Can you guys? I'm driving, so don't text and drive, y'all. Where did everybody go? Come back. Because we had a bunch of people, and everyone, well, y'all will be back. I'm not tripping on it too much. So this part is going to freak you guys the fuck out. And I'm cleansing right now. I'm taking a lot of fruit juices. I'm cutting back on the smoking. I probably smoke more when I'm live to, like, ground me. So I got to pee more, you know? It's just part of the process. All right, so let's do it. So this is literally from CBS News. A new era of cloning is here on the polo field, right? By Britt McCandless Farmer, this September 9th, 2018. So they were disclosing a lot of this stuff in 2018. So while they're saying that it's like hard to clone and stuff, they're also talking about how they're perfecting it and how they're getting better at it. So it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I didn't eat till tonight, and then I'm gonna buy some more of these. I'm gonna probably go to Whole Foods and because I like this brand. So I was doing the turmeric, you know, for inflammation, lemon, turmeric, pineapple, passion fruit. They have ginger, stevia, and black pepper. There's like 2 grams of sugar in here, and so I've been like using stuff like this, and it's cold pressed, and it's organic. So I've been using stuff like that to like clean out and clear and heal the body. But yeah, so let's move along. Moving right along. There's a fucking video on this too. This week on 60 Minutes, and I watched this 60 Minutes thing. Correspondent Leslie Stahl reports on a sport that's leading the way in cutting-edge biotechnology, polo. Oh, I'm going to leave you guys some of the 60 Minutes stuff that I found on cloning that's old as fuck too. How the fuck is there 0 people on here, but there's people in the chat? Okay. Thanks, YouTube. Appreciate you. Yeah, that black pepper do be kicking though. Okay. Stahl went to Argentina to meet polo player Adolfo Cambiaso, who she calls the Tom Brady of polo. Already ranked the best player in the world, Cambiaso is leading a new charge in science. He's cloning his champion horses, competing on them and winning. Tia, whatever, his best horse, a 17-year-old mare who is fast, easy to direct, and can turn on a dime. She was honored last year as the best polo horse in history, and her 14 clones. Think about how many fucking, holy shit, 14 clones? How many horses did it take? How many, like, okay. Named Cartia 1, 2, Couturia, whatever, 2, and so on. Seem to be just as gifted. Okay. I gotta tell you guys about something else. I think she's born to play, you know. He tells Stahl on this week's broadcast, there are those horses in life. Or like soccer players like Messi, it's not many. So what's up with the soccer players? To understand how revolutionary this is for polo, and you guys in the chat, let me know how I sound. Are you on it? Can you go to the live and just check how it sounds and looks? Thank you. Take a look back at 60 Minutes 2012 primer on the sport. Okay, I'm not doing this. I'm not reading all that. The horses called ponies are just important as their riders. Polo ponies must run fast as quickly as 35 miles an hour, so they usually last about 3.5 minutes. It's good? Okay. Before they have to be swapped out with another pony. Okay, yeah, so it's just YouTube. Okay, yeah, it's YouTube fucking with me because it's telling me there's 0 in the chat. Like, there's no one watching you. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah, but on mine it says 0. They're fucking with me bad. And it might be more people than that, but they're just liars. Each team has 4 players. Okay, now it's a stable full of clones of similar temperament and skill like his champion pony. Can be Aso can swap out one clone for another clone, which can give him an advantage on the field. This article was originally posted March 11th, 2018. Okay, guys. So I saw a TikTok, and in it was supposed to be like satire, but Disney is talking about like it's a satire with Disney, and they're like, oh yeah, we grow our stars, we genetically engineer them to give them certain skills and blah blah blah. And I'm watching this and I'm like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? Like, it was just like, what the fuck? So what got me about the whole thing was, I was like, okay, so far they're only talking about cloning babies, right? So if all you can do is clone babies, it still has to be grown from like a baby. So I fucking came across either a video or an article, and I'm looking into this. It's an interview. The scientist is taught, and it could have been real, could have been fake, but it was a good analogy. But it's basically to get the clone to age faster and then make it stop. All they really have to do is use human growth hormone. All right. So I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. So while it's in this embryonic state and growing, you're either injecting or you're stimulating the pituitary gland to produce more HGH, which would speed the process of turning that clone into an adult faster. Now, this is what I got from me just and then I thought about the memories. So I'm thinking that they either have to go through an MK Ultra or they have to go through a script or something with like major life things. Like, this is where you were born. This is where, that's why, like, if you ask them personal details, a clone won't know like personal details about their life because they have to be coached. And the coaching either is going to happen either with pictures, videos, like MK Ultra style, where it's stored in your subconscious mind and you're given like a false memory. I could see that being part of it, but I really think it's just a coaching process. You're literally just coaching them. And then the celebrities coming out saying they're cloned and all this weird shit. I think all that stuff is to throw people off. I truly do. I'm like, I think this shit is to throw people off. So then, you know, when people say they have like a look-alike, or like somebody walk up to you, like, oh, I saw someone, I could have sworn I saw you last week. Aren't you such and such? And you're like, no. It could be it could be you're tethered walking around. Yeah, me neither. And you always hear it through like bodybuilding and stuff like this. And I was like, wow. So I was like, wow, that is a really practical. Now, this is just speculation, obviously. I was like, that's fucking practical. That's really practical. So these are like Frankenstein people, and it's really sad because they're still people. But they tend to have, and from what I've read, there's a lie that cloned animals and stuff don't have weakened immune systems. They live just as long, but then they seem to be susceptible to like cancer and certain diseases and stuff like that, and they tend to die earlier, which is why then they'll have to replace it with another clone. We obviously see Barbara Streisand. This fucking pony has 16 clones. What in the actual fuck? So what are you doing with these humans? All right, so clones. So this was just some of my thoughts on it, and then some channels that I got. Clones are still incomplete. We can speculate that certain aspects of the personality can be more pronounced, while other aspects can seem completely gone. So I don't think YP was cloned per se. I think he went through very severe, either the drugging that he went through or MK Ultra or something. I think something actually happened to him in order to increase, because he never was as aggressive as he is now. Something happened to him to trigger and increase his aggression and aspect, to throw him off balance so that no one listens to his message. That's what I think happened with YP for real. And but imagine that you get a clone and then you trigger certain aspects of their personality to be more aggressive, to be, you're literally programming this being to be a certain way, because that's the nurture aspect. Okay, so can cloning fragment the original consciousness? So that's something I was really asking. Resulting in more base behaviors and instincts. And what I got, I think they slipped him something. Yeah, I think so too, because I remember back in the day he was not like that. Resulting in more base behaviors and instincts being demonstrated. So think about it. So if you have a clone, it's a copy of an original being. They may not be able to get right now to higher chakras. They may actually be a fragmented soul. And so when I looked into it with spirit, I saw it like a mirror shard that had light, but it was like only part of it. While the aura would be like 6 feet, big. It was like this being only has a fragment of their soul. So think about after they like dyed their hair blonde and stuff, even with what is his name, Kodak Black, like it was just like, I was like, why do they do that ritual? Maybe because the soul fragment is so shiny and it's only a portion, but that's just, speculation once again. Can a clone's consciousness evolve? And then this is what I got from the Great Mother. She said yes, but all soul fragments must be integrated into the second body. Cloning too much will result in quicker deaths and a total loss of the soul. So after a certain amount of clones, they're in the soul, okay? It will not be able to incarnate into the weaker body. The soul cannot incarnate. That's what I got from spirit. Ooh, these entities are trying to attack my crown. They are so fucking pissed I'm putting this out. The souls cannot incarnate into the weaker body. Right? Clones suffer from physical abnormalities, require surrogate mothers. Crazy. So I saw too that there was something else I saw where they're literally they had a child that was cloned and they put it in a fucking a cow or something like that, and it literally results in a human animal hybrid, supposedly. So that is just the notes that I took on this topic. I was fucking floored. I couldn't believe it for myself. I was like, wow. So this shit is literally out in the public, and all you have to do is like look for it and it's there. Then there's this website called humancloning.org where they're advocates for human cloning, and I found that too. And it Dan Miller, November 8th, 2019. Yeah, why the fuck would you want to do that? I was like, I don't even know. But I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, so they're literally purposely, these people come in, they have all this soul, purposely creating soulless beings. To carry out an agenda, they want order followers. So then they have all these best DNA kits for Asians, and how it works. But it's like 23andMe versus Ancestry DNA. These are this website's other articles and all that stuff. So think about the people that took these, and those DNA tests, they're not accurate at all. And they literally say on the box that they're not accurate and it's just for fun. So people are paying for the DNA test to figure out, like, their heritage, but they're not accurate. You have to actually go through documents and document your own family tree to know your lineage, because people are mixed with so much, and then like none of the tests are accurate at all. So think about all those people that they took DNA from. Where are they storing it? And they do store them in databases. Where are they storing it? Are they going to clone someone that looks just like that person like 5 years after they die or something? Or like while they're alive and a person's looking like, fuck. Yeah, it's called nuclear transfer. It's short history of cloning facts. The first cloned human embryo. This is crazy. Axe clone may be the first cloned human embryo. Those reports of similar work in South Korea. There were reports of similar work in South Korea, but it remains unclear as to whether those scientists were successful. So they always I want to know, but I couldn't trust them fools with my DNA. People silly. They just stealing folks' genetics to study them. Yeah, and you can't learn the spiritual through the physical. It's like not how anything works. So advanced cell technologies. Okay, I'm on 10%. So in a second, I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to drop the link. So if anyone wants to, you guys may or may not want to. Invite a guest. Copy to clipboard. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, and I'm going to throw my phone more. Post a comment. So link. So this is the link to come on if you want to just voice your opinion on this. Like, what do you guys think about it? Is it crazy to you? Like, what are your thoughts? If you want to, you don't have to. Because I'm going to plug my phone up and we'll sit and talk about it still for a little while. So the link is there. As a rule, if they just now admit into it, they've been doing it. You already know. Then they're talking about human cloning, pros and cons. Reverse the aging process. Reverse heart attacks, cure incurable and other diseases. This is all through stem cell stuff. Infertility, cosmetic breast implants, defective genes, Down syndrome, liver failure, kidney failure, leukemia, cancer. So they're just saying like testing for genetic disease. It's just like top 10 myths about human cloning. This is literally an ad at a website advertising human cloning. And then they give you best scientific, medical, and legal articles on human cloning right at the bottom. Whole fucking list. And this was copywritten in 2022. So this is literally this is an up-to-date website. It's not like archived or anything. This is really fucking here. DNA testing kit, popular reviews, resources about, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So, all right, I'm gonna, anybody want to come on? Tell me what you guys think about it. Give your, whoops, I got my hand over the mic. Give your opinion on it really quick before I hop off, because that is the presentation. That is, yeah, some crazy shit. Crazy fucking shit. Yes, what's going on in the world right now, guys? And it's right here in front of anybody's face. Anybody could find these articles. They're not, all you gotta do is a Google search. They're not really hard to find. And it's just crazy to me that the stuff that gets pushed online is made to make people look crazy, because these are children and they're not critically thinking. They're just like, oh, that's so crazy. Like, these are a bunch of fucking, like, I don't want to call them shroom heads or potheads or whatever, but like, use your shit the right way, people. Hold on. 2 seconds. got my ceiling fan on, and it's totally not. All right, we got a guest. Great. Hollow. Bring him on, baby. I don't want to kick him from the studio. How do I let him on? Oh, wait. I think I got to look at the bottom. Guess. Hollow. Invite a guest. I did that already. Is it not letting me invite you on, my love? More. Guess. Oh, Hollow. Enter. Are you in the studio? Is your mic on? Wow, it doesn't want to let Hollow up. All right, I'm gonna kick you for a second, Hollow, and then come back in. That is so fucking weird. I'm not gonna ban him. I'm just gonna kick it, and then I'm going to bring you back in. I don't know why it's not letting you on. That's really fucking weird. It's never done that before. Layout, post comments. I should probably. So, Hollow, try again one more time. And I'm actually going to go to my StreamYard on here too. I think I actually have it up on my other tab already. So try one more time, my love. We're going to get you in here. Okay, here it is. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can do it on your phone. It shouldn't be a problem. And I kicked you from the studio because it literally wouldn't let you in at all. More. Yes. Hollow. Edit name. Save. Bring them on into the stream. All right, let me try something else. I'm going to do it from my laptop too. Because I could probably get you in from my laptop on StreamYard. Not a big deal at all. We're going to get you in. Don't worry. Just sit there for a second for me, love. I'm here. Exit solo layout. No? Okay. Weird. We're going to get you on. Don't worry about it. I don't worry about these things. I keep it fucking going. But yeah, shouldn't be doing that. I don't bring a lot of guests on. So, ta-da. Woo, somebody mad. Somebody is big mad, my baby. Somebody is big mad, but patience is a virtue. And baby, I got plenty. Plenty of patience. That's one thing I do have is a gang of patience. All right, this tab is acting funky. So I'm going to actually bring StreamYard up on my other tab. StreamYard, log in. It should come straight up. Don't worry about it. We'll bring you in. We'll get you in here. Okay, done. More. Yes. Why would I do that? All right, let's go. Let's go. Ta-da! Crazy shit. Enter studio. Because I bet you from my laptop, it'll work different. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, no, just enter studio. I don't need to unmute. Okay. So, now I can see everything. It says devices not connected, so unmute your mic or connect your mic and your camera. You can mute whichever, it doesn't matter. Okay. You need them to connect. Yeah, you got to connect your mic and cam before I can let you into the stream, okay? You got pizza? Oh, wow. Your browser's blocking it? All right, we'll try one more time. I'm going to kick, and then I'm going to let you back in. Just connect your mic. When you come in, connect your mic. It'll have you test it, and then you can enter the studio, but you'll be backstage. Connect your mic and your cam, and just put the camera off before you come in. It's not that hard. Kick, yes. So we're going to try one more time with Hollow. Oh, if your browser's blocking your mic right at the top or right at the bottom if it's an iPhone, you can put your mic and your everything on. It's not too bad. Let's try one more time.
Why is there light across the bridge?
Don't fucking know. Don't fucking know.
What the fuck she talking about? What are you talking about right now?
Yeah, it might be your settings too then. All right, so we'll try it one more time. And we'll see what happens. Let me get a slice. Well, I want the veggies. I just want a bite or two. I don't want the whole thing.
Heat it, you don't want it hot.
No, cold pizza is the best. No. Huh? Look at that. Free pizza. Delicious.
What happened? You got a cute smile.
I don't know. That's why I let you go on your mission for it. I didn't even realize you left. You slid off real quiet.
Yeah, hurry up.
I should not talk with food in my mouth.
I said it went at 12, but I heard 12:30 on one. I was like, all right, well.
Yeah, I just want a couple bites. All right, we're going to try one more time. Awesome. Okay. I don't see here. Okay. No, I don't see here, love. I'm waiting on you, buddy. All right. StreamYard's a little funky. It's okay. We'll talk next time. Anyway, that is my presentation on human cloning. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share the video. Make sure you get it out to other people so that they can have a more comprehensive understanding and idea of how this stuff actually works. I love you guys. Peace.